7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tune in.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment in Middle Georgia sales and services.
Coke, don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a mule.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
Better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose.
Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a label.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt.
Better say it with your chest.
Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
What's happening, people? What's happening?
Good evening.
All right, our people are already in here. What's going on, nephew? Marquise Myrick, Thompson High. What's going on, Obadiah? TCC checking in. Welcome. Hey, Alvin, what's going on? Peach County Trojan. Y'all, welcome to the podcast. It is another Wednesday. Another week closer to some football, baby. How have you all been?
Being good. Can't complain yet
Wouldn't do no good with it.
at all.
How was your Father's Day?
Lazy.
Well, good. If that's what you wanted to do, I think that's wonderful.
Couldn't ask for nothing more.
What's going on, yo? How was your Father's Day?
Lazy.
Y'all really don't give details. It's like pulling teeth. But anyway, I'm glad you had
Man, shit. Look, man, I had just got in front of the road on Sunday, so yeah, I was happy to do nothing.
Well, I'm glad everybody had a great Father's Day. What's going on, Miss Ebony? How you doing? Brooks County. TCC checking in, Mr. Hurst. Welcome. Obadiah says, happy belated Father's Day to the podcast fathers.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Marquise said he's ready for high school, college, and NFL football season.
Great.
Agreed. So tonight we're doing the 2A poll, and there were a few 7-on-7s this week. I know of 3 of them. If y'all know of any more, y'all let me know. They had one at Georgia State, they had one at Georgia Tech, and they had one over in Athens.
And they had one down in Auburn. Don't forget that one, because we're gonna talk about that one.
Okay, yeah, they had one down in Auburn.
That was last week, right?
Yeah, that was last week, but it was after.
No. I'm not saying that against. I'm just saying for that to happen last week, we hadn't heard much about it. So.
Well, I mean,
I wonder why we haven't heard much
that's
about
the whole point, baby. A lot of people's brains are, I won't say nothing yet, but just wait. I got something to say.
I'm sure you always got something to say. When do you not? Oh, that wasn't nice. I'm sorry.
I mean, it is who you are. It is who you are.
My apologies, sir.
You sorry.
I mean it. I'm actually sincere. I don't do what you do. I'm sincere when I
Okay.
If she say so, bro.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay.
Whatever. So, what's going on? Come on, podcast members, let's tell us what was going on in the 7-on-7s. Did your teams participate? Did you hear anything? I know we had this discussion last week about it being a glorified practice. We understand that, but if there are some positive things you can pick up from your team, or if it's something that you noticed about somebody else's team, let us know. What's going on, Mr. McDaniel? Coffee County is here. Welcome. Did you all participate in any 7-on-7s, Mr. McDaniel? Let us know. Y'all mighty quiet tonight.
I ain't gonna talk about nobody. Not yet, anyway.
Well,
But it's coming though.
you might as
It's
well.
coming though. It's coming though. All I'm gonna say is 2-1, and I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but
Yeah, it is when it's in the first round or the first. How do you say? How do you put this? Yeah, the first round or the first consolation rounds and stuff like that. Yeah, it's bad.
oh, okay. If you say so. If you say so. Y'all tell me what y'all heard or what y'all seen. I know my school was up in Athens today. Mr. McDaniel says Coffee County went to Georgia Tech and lost in the first round, then went to the one at Georgia Southern and got put out in the quarters. Okay. So y'all see
I
what
mean,
you on this stuff. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's kind of expected from coffee.
Here you go with your shade. Why is that expected from coffee?
Nobody's expecting coffee to be coffee.
So
I mean,
where do you see them finishing in the region? You see them number 3?
I know what we said last week, number 3.
I don't remember.
Shit, y'all memory better than mine. I think we did say number 3 though, somewhere around 3. We said, but I mean, you know how we're okay. 7-on-7, glorified practice, put a line in front of them, all that changes. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Coffee. I hope you have some fun, build some camaraderie. You know, your skill position players became closer over the weekend. But at the end of the day, 7-on-7 ain't gonna dictate it's not gonna dictate your season. It's not.
That's true. That's true. What's going on? Mr. McDaniel said that's what we want. He wants y'all to count Coffee County out. That way nobody will see them coming. What's going on, Mr. Gibson? Thomas County Central, welcome to the podcast, sir. Bernard Benjamin says, happy pre-Juneteenth family, peace and blessings. Same to you, Mr. Benjamin. Same to you, and welcome to the podcast. He said, stacking that box won't cut it this year.
Against who? Coffee?
Against Coffee. Apparently, they got a passing game. I'm not mad at it.
Well, the passing game ain't too hot if y'all got put out. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop. I ain't gonna do it just yet. Season ain't even started.
Why are you waiting? Let's put a light of fire up under folks.
Okay.
So y'all got a quarterback. So what you're saying, Mr. McDaniel, is Coffee County has a quarterback now, right?
Okay, here's my question for this quarterback. One, how long has he been in the system? That's my first question. Number 2, if it is his first year in the system, don't expect a lot from him. And when I say being in the system, coming up through their system, I know Coffee got something going on at in the youth football league, got something going on at the middle schools that feed into Coffee. And then, you get in the Coffee, you've been running the same system for umpteen years. Is this the case with this quarterback, or this quarterback coming in off the street, i.e. bona fide move before the August 1st deadline? Just saying.
Good question. Emily said, nah, Thursday, say that shit with your chest.
I'm saying it. I'm asking the questions. I just want to know.
They'll answer in just a minute. Obadiah says, oh, Lord, here we go. He gonna start talking about 84 now, but okay. Obadiah says TCC came up short versus Montgomery in the Auburn 7-7 tournament. That's the conversation.
That's it. That's all you got to say? That they came up short?
What else is he supposed to say?
I mean,
It
it
was
is
a,
it is 7 on 7.
but but it's a disappointment though. Let's be real. The way this passing offense has been portrayed during this offseason, for them to come up short like that, it's a it's a shortfall. They
Mhm.
did not succeed as expected. They did not perform as expected.
Even though it's glorified practice.
Yes.
Okay.
The thing is, because fans don't want to be real about their team, so they put them on this pedestal. And when they fall short of these goals, they don't want to be real about it. They want to make excuses.
Okay.
Let's
Oh,
be real about it.
okay. So I'm gonna get to you, Oscar. He did say Merry Christmas, everybody, and I don't know why I overlooked you, Oscar. Please accept my sincere apologies. When I apologize, I'm telling the truth. Now, when
Both of us.
Wayne, yeah, now when he do apologize, I mean, I listen. I can't speak for them. They ain't worth a quarter. So they say they're sorry, they don't mean it. But I truly apologize for not acknowledging you, Oscar. I'll try not to do that again. Mr. Daniel McDaniel says that this quarterback has 3 years in the system. He was a backup on the state championship team as a sophomore. He had a setback his junior year, but apparently he's on par this year.
Okay.
Obadiah says disappointment to the people that are talking about it, not to the community. He said it counted good.
Okay.
Um,
Thirsty, I
Okay.
think you the only one disappointed, sound like.
I'm the only one disappointed.
Yep.
No. I I know this. I'm not the only one laughing.
Okay, moving right along.
I know that much.
What's going on, Jeremy? You gonna come in here and sit down and shut up today?
Probably not. Anyway, hate the way little.
What's going on, Dwayne? How you doing? How did how did Brooks County do at were they at Georgia Tech today or Georgia State? They were Georgia Tech. How did Brooks County do today up there? Did y'all hear anything about that?
Mm-mm. Bruce County
Oh,
keeping it on the low
CG.
low.
What's going on, CG92? How you doing?
Doing good. How y'all doing?
We're good. Glad
Man,
glad you could
Doing well.
they missed you last week. They were asking about you, so they love you. They like me. They really like me.
had to had to
oh,
had to go ahead and join after a long day of work.
Oh, we
I
appreciate
got to
that.
tell you about his prediction, so we'll get to that later on. But yeah,
Oh,
glad to
oh,
be
oh,
back in the
oh,
house.
oh, that one, that one. It seemed to me both of y'all were wrong, but
Oh, one game off.
I ain't my monkey on my circus. Dwayne said he's good. He's been asleep today. Oscar said you need to change your profile pic, CG.
What?
don't worry, it's gonna be changed come August.
You
Definitely gonna be changed. Definitely gonna be changed around Halloween weekend.
stop. I'm gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna make it bigger holiday Halloween weekend.
Oh Lord, have mercy. It's all no, okay. Never mind. Mr. Hurst says, sure, TCC not only teams. Sure, TCC and sure. Okay, this is what he's saying. Surely TCC is not the only team that didn't win in 7-on-7.
No, Coffee lost too. I believe Thomasville lost. I don't really know. I mean, I was like 2 weeks ago, and I ain't say nothing because I really don't know. But yeah, no, Thirsty just want to bother y'all because he's the
And,
agitator, and y'all go
and
for it every time.
I
it's
Every
so easy.
time.
It's so easy.
was waiting to hear. I was waiting to hear 84, but I didn't. I was waiting to hear
Oh,
Highway 84, but that's okay. You don't have to go
oh, it's
there.
coming up. Oh, it's coming up soon. Don't worry about it. It's coming up soon.
You don't have to go there. Ebony
Oh,
said her son said they played Mill Creek yesterday and lost 24-18. That's all he said. Okay, not bad. That's
Eh.
7 in school. Obadiah says, Ken Hurst, you know we are the topic when it comes to that Cedar Grove #1 fan. Obadiah says, why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know.
Saying that shit, sis.
I'm just telling you, that's what Obadiah is asking. Marquis
We'll
said,
see. Hold on. We're gonna come back to this conversation Thanksgiving weekend.
oh, okay.
Hmm.
Uh Marquis. Oh, here we go. They done started Dwayne Little. Marquis says Chris Lee and Tim Tebow they're not walking back in them doors. What's that quarterback they got? They have now that they swear was gonna beat Georgia. He just got injured.
Oh, stop.
I'm just saying that's what the Florida fans say. If the boy hadn't gotten hurt, they would have beat Georgia.
You saw the game.
I did.
If he hadn't got hurt, y'all was already down 10 when he got hurt.
And if was a fear.
It took
Well,
y'all 2 other quarters to come back.
I don't know. Look, I don't know if this was mentioned before, but my husband is a diehard Florida fan, and our house be
Good
tore up
man.
during college season. But they say now, if history serves me correctly, whenever Florida wins national in basketball,
You know it.
they
Say
follow suit with football. So
it again. Say it one more time.
I just want to see if the hype is what the hype is.
That's right.
No.
They got us ranked. That's the sad part about it. They got us ranked in the top 10 this year.
Oh Lord.
So something going on down in Gainesville.
Oh, so y'all like Sunbelt Billy now. Y'all want to keep
wait a minute now. That's my verdict's still out on Sunbelt Billy.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see how he does this year.
Okay. Okay. So here we go. The resident Florida fans. Dwayne says we about to ball out this year. Elmo tells me to watch my mouth. Okay, whatever. Obadiah says that Thirsty, your team couldn't beat anyone on Highway 84.
Wait a minute now.
Should we tell them? Do you know who's on
I'll tell
Highway
you what.
84?
I tell you what.
I'm thinking about it.
Wait, Thirsty.
Oh.
I need to hear his
Mhm.
answer.
Please
I'm gonna join in this time.
Please enlighten me on the who's on Highway 84 because I'm thinking I'm not coming up with anything.
Can't you don't tell them?
Please tell me.
Highway 84 consists of either way you go. That would be I think Cairo considers themselves on Highway 84. Thomas County Central. Thomasville is not on 84, but we damn sure close to it, so you can go and throw us in there. Brooks County. And the Valdosta teams, of course, because you can't say 84 without mentioning the Valdosta teams.
Oh, you're showing us your beautiful face? Okay.
It wasn't intentionally. I was trying to take my mic off, but I guess you saw the pretty face instead.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw. What's going on, Pat? How you doing? Big Perry is in the building. We will be rolling again. State championship on our mind. Rock, Perry, rock.
Pat. One question for you, bro. Ian Wood.
Listen, they got one. They say they can do it again. Oscar said, "Who even let y'all sniff the top 25?" Had to be shittybooboo.com.
Hell no.
Now, who was that addressed to? It must be them Georgia fans he was addressing that to.
No,
he sure ain't addressing that to the Florida fans.
Yo,
it was you, Mr. Top 10.
I have a question for you, sir.
That was ESPN put us in top 10. That wasn't then I had to do with it.
Okay. So yo, we went to the game together, right? So we were there live in person, right? We saw it. Okay. So Is it your belief that had Florida's quarterback not gone down, that Florida would have won the game?
Based on how the game was going.
Man,
Yes.
hell no. You still ain't gonna win that game.
Yes. He was not going to throw that pick that get y'all that put y'all in the lead to win the game in the fourth quarter. The only reason why Georgia won that game because the backup quarterback threw an interception on the 30-yard line at the end of the fourth quarter. That's the only reason y'all won the game. Am I wrong? A turnover. The turnover is the reason why y'all won the game.
Okay. What
no right in you.
But explain to him why he's not right. You can't just say no right.
I gave my explanation. Let's hear it, yo. Because you sure weren't doing it in an offense. Okay, silence. Thank you.
No, he is not silence. He's probably having reception problems. Let me
respond for him.
Read these questions.
It was just funny.
Huh?
It was just funny that another Florida fan would think as crazy as they do. That's all.
Wait a minute. Next time out. Let's get one thing straight about y'all Georgia fans. Let me say this, and I'm gonna leave this alone. You guys act like y'all have been winners for the last 40 years. Y'all just started winning the last 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
You won
Stop saying that. What's your definition of winning? So you saying we start winning championships?
Championships. Everybody else had won 2 to 3 championships. Y'all just now getting the 2.
No, we won a championship in the 80s. So we got 3.
That's 40 years.
No. Y'all had 1 championship for the last 50 years, and then y'all just won 2 more.
Okay, so we have 3.
Everybody else was in 3s and 4s. Y'all was only SEC school besides Vanderbilt and maybe South Carolina.
But that makes 3 though, right? And how many does Florida? Because Florida didn't win their first one till what?
And we got 3.
96, and then y'all won again in
2007
and 2010.
It was 2006 and 2008.
Oh, okay. I thought 2010 was Auburn. My bad. Okay, so y'all had won in 17 years, but it's okay.
It's between 17 and 40.
But
it ain't when that 40 year team don't won 2 within that 17-year span.
Okay, I tell you what. But you haven't won nothing since then. Matter of fact, I think you just won your first SEC championship in what? 6 years?
Incorrect.
Nah.
Incorrect.
Okay, maybe 5.
And in the last 10 years, how many victories do you have against me?
3.
Oh, wow.
5?
In what? Nobody talk about no basketball and baseball, man. Stop that.
I know what you mean. Stop, man. Let me Google this right quick for you, because y'all you just throwing out numbers. I like to talk.
Let me just say this, bro. You being a Florida fan is equivalent to you being a Cedar Grove Saint fan, bro.
Wait a minute.
My
Wait a minute.
Lord.
What that mean?
What that mean?
And the only reason I don't give it to my brother Thirsty is because at least he do love the Falcons and the Bulldogs. So I kind of let him slide with that Cedar Grove stuff. But you been a Florida, it's equivalent, bro.
Okay.
When you got a poop program, and then you get your chest poked out because you can't beat somebody, so you start doing stuff.
Oh, so you're talking about Georgia and Cedar Grove about basically the same? That's what you're saying?
Nah.
Yeah, that's essentially what you're saying, because that's what y'all doing.
No, actually, since 2000, when Mark Richt took over, Georgia has been consistently good. They just couldn't get over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
And then they acquired Kirby, which got them over the hump. But let's be clear, especially like in 2012, Georgia was what, 3 inches from playing Notre Dame in the national championship, and they probably would have murderized them like Alabama did.
That's a
So
probably that we'll never know about.
exactly, just like we'll never know if Florida would have won the game had the quarterback gone down. Because guess what? It happens, and it's football. And like Kenneth Hurst just said, a win is a win. Go Dogs.
I agree. We've been relevant since the 1990s. Y'all guys just sitting there in the dark.
One thing, sir, if you was relevant from 1990 until the 2010, and you ain't been heard of since then, bro, don't mean you're relevant.
Man, stop.
And listen, what year was that with where Georgia had to end up playing Hawaii in the Sugar Bowl?
It was like 05, wasn't it?
Yeah, like with no Sean Moreno and all them.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game, and you know that was the BCS era, so you know they just chose who number one, number two. There was no playoffs, and I just remember the commentator saying, you know, because Georgia was really number 3. They ended up being number 3 or number 4. He was like, I think I'm looking at the best team in the country. So let's not act like Georgia was just wasn't in the picture.
That's just what Florida folks do, bro. Like I said, they like to see the world saying.
Let's not act like Georgia wasn't in the picture. You know, they just couldn't get over the hump. They were knocking on the door. They just couldn't get over the hump, and then they got over the hump. That's what it was. Let's not act like UGA was South Carolina or Ole Miss. Just you know, or even Arkansas. You got a little potential, but you know you fizzle out. Georgia didn't necessarily fizzle out. They just couldn't get over the hump.
The hump is making it to the SEC championship, right?
Okay.
You guys didn't sniff that.
We sniffed the SEC championship in 2012. We sniffed it in when. And matter of fact, we won the last 2 out of the last 3.
Oh my God.
We didn't win when we beat Alabama in the national championship. We won the SEC championship when we beat TCU. And let's see.
You talking about what y'all currently doing now? Yeah, you talking about the last 5 years?
Yeah, and we played in the SEC championship before since 2012. We played in the SEC championship. Okay, and so when's the last SEC championship y'all played in? And when y'all played, y'all got beat to death. I remember.
Wrong.
Was it LSU?
LSU.
Wrong. We played Bama,
and they beat you.
Wrong. They barely beat us.
Oh, okay.
When did y'all play?
At the end of the game,
when the last time we beat y'all, that's when we played.
Oh, okay. The last time, so I know I don't even remember that, bro. It's been so long ago.
5 years ago, I believe.
In what?
Yeah. Notice how you forget that. See, y'all just think y'all was just dominating Florida. And now you think y'all king of the castle, y'all big dogs.
No, we acknowledge. But guess what? When Tim Tebow and Chris Lee left.
I don't answer. All you got to do is just say when your last championship and what you done since then.
Oh. When Urban Meyer left, it left y'all in the hands of old boy.
Who that?
Hey, let me tell you what I was saying about Florida fans, baby. Okay. Peace County Trojan, all these championships, right? And Cedar Grove ain't won nothing. Cedar Grove fans, that's old stuff. Talk about what's going on now. We 5 and 7 years. Florida fans, who Cedar Grove fans. Oh, we got Florida.
What y'all doing? That's what Georgia fans doing.
Come on now. Think about that now. Which one is it? Can we talk about the past championships with Cedar Grove and Peach, but we can't talk about them with Georgia and Florida? Like, what's really going on, Cedar Grove?
I never said that. I'm just saying y'all the ones act like y'all been to each championship the last 5 years. The last time y'all sniffed a championship was what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago?
We played in the playoff this year.
Hey, championship is different than the playoff. Playoff is you're 3 games away from the playoffs.
We have been in a conversation. Florida was able to play in the Gasparilla Bowl for the past 2 years, and they were excited.
Wrong again. We were not excited to play in
the
Gasparilla Bowl, whatever that was.
Gasparilla Bowl. Y'all were fighting for a bowl. Okay, okay. Let's move on. Let me get these. Let me get these
Good
comments.
conversation. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Let me get these comments out of there. First of all, Ebony said, "Leave us out there." 84. What Obadiah talking about. But Ebony, I do think y'all could probably be Cedar Grove this year.
Wait a minute now.
Brooks County. Okay.
Bruh,
Okay,
let that conversation go.
Okay, all right. We just can't be saying that and act like ain't nobody gonna respond. Now. Come on.
Shit, with our
Lord.
quarterback playing right now, we ain't got no response.
Hey,
It's
look, we can
two
still run the ball. We can run the ball down their throat. That's all we need to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna let Ebony. I don't know if Tori on here, Dwayne. Yeah, Dwayne here. I'm gonna let them tell you why that might not happen. Let's see. Marquise said ESPN need to be fired for that lie. Let's see.
You got me on that.
Oh, Dwayne, here go your buddy. Here go your best friend. UGA quarterback threw 3 picks and you couldn't run the ball. We would have won by 2 scores with a consistent QB. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts. Oh, what a wonderful Christmas we would have.
Mm-hmm. Tell him again.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, what a wonderful Christmas we would have. Oscar says, ESPN ain't been right in forever. He said we just started winning. Is you all right? He's sniffing the 92 premium games.
Oh my
God. Obadiah said, no, give him the business like I do it on Friday night. Oh no. Chris, what's going on, Chris Coffee County? He said Tim Tebow is not walking through that door. Here go Ebony. Who's that coming down the track?
Oh boy.
It's me machine in red and black. Ain't nothing finer in the land.
I can't wait till y'all get that thing.
Notches, Georgia fan. Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
Who will be the quarterback for the Bulldogs this year?
Gunner.
Are y'all really believe that Gunner gonna take y'all to another SEC championship? Because y'all ain't going to the national championship, just to another SEC championship.
We'll see.
Gunner and his supporting staff will.
What staff? Okay.
Might want to take a look at that receiving room and running back room, bro.
Can't please that. Oh my. Okay. All right.
Take a look at the running back receivers room.
Okay.
We got some ballers, got some playmakers.
Yeah, we got to block for them first.
And while you walking through the halls, go and stick your head in that tight end room too.
You ain't worry about that.
That's the problem. You ain't worried about y'all need to be.
Nah, we ain't worried about
y'all ain't got that. Y'all ain't got that big boy stuff. Blocking or stuffing up the line this year.
Oh yeah, all them came back.
Not that big one.
Yeah, they did.
Real. What's his name? And was it number 95? I think it was.
No, 21.
21. He was 2 people.
21 was a true freshman. He is coming back. We only lost 3 guys on our entire team, and we re-signed everybody back. We got our entire team coming back.
Okay.
That's why we ranked in the top 10 this year.
Okay. All right, Florida. We gonna see.
And we're gonna have they predict us to have the top receiving core, as Mike was talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. In the country. Come on, looking at y'all receiving core. You need to look at ours.
Okay. And y'all have a very tough schedule too. So iron sharpens iron. So we'll see. Marquis said it was January 1st, 2008. We beat Hawaii 45-10. Yeah, I knew what was gonna happen too. They was in there doing that warrior dance. I was like, oh, this is not gonna end well for them. What's going on, Wizard? How you doing? Hey, Wizard, I'ma tell on Mike, cause last week he was somewhere he ain't had no business. So I need you to hit me up offline. And so I can tell you about your boy. All I'm gonna say is, watch who you break bread with, Wilson. What's going on, Danny Jones? How you doing? Oscar, I'm not dealing with you today. Let's see. University of Florida beat Tulane 33-8. Case closed. Last game. Okay. And last time Florida beat Georgia was November the 7th, 2020. We're gonna get you, we're gonna make you a producer, Marquise.
Indeed.
What is a Florida Gator?
I told you 5 years ago.
A delusion.
I know what I'm talking about.
Delusion. If Florida was a time to go to the ACC, if Florida was a time to go to the ACC, they might win another conference championship, but that's no shade.
This man talking junk like Georgia been winning every. Well, I tell you, fans get me heated.
Here we go. Kenneth, you've been listening to this podcast for a long time, right? And it's not Friday, so I'm not going to do that. But you know how this goes, and you know what I'm going to say. So this is what I'm going to say. Kenneth, you said move on to high school football. We will move on when we want to move on. We love you. We are so glad that you decide to listen, but you do not dictate what we talk about.
Somebody just got a spanking.
And we're just, I was really nice.
Oh,
I was really nice.
Ooh, that's nice. Oh,
yes.
Oh,
wow, he doesn't know, guys.
Trust me, bro. That was nice. that was polite. That was respectful.
You know what? That's very polite and professional, I would say.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Let me change my take on that.
Let's see. Okay. Danny does have a question, as Oscar predicted. Which football team or teams does each podcast analyst feel really impressed you last year? So when you ask that question, Danny, are you asking who surprised you, who surprised us, or who lived up to the hype and we were impressed that they lived up to the hype? But either way, Thurston, would you like to start off, sir?
Right now. Who impressed me that we really didn't see coming, or we kept under the radar for the most of the season? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Give me a second.
Okay. Let me think. I didn't see. I'll tell you this. I mean, I think Yo saw it, but I did not see Douglas. Doug. I didn't see them doing as well as they did. Now did they get put out the first round or the second round?
You talking about?
Yeah, but they beat Joe Lewis's ass.
Well, you just couldn't wait to get that one out, could you?
What you say?
It was spot on, Thurston.
I was waiting on it.
Just couldn't wait to get that out.
Okay. Okay, so Doug surprised me because last year when we were having this conversation, Yo was saying, check my receipts. Doug's gonna do this and that. I said, I just don't see them beating Cedar Grove. I was like, okay, I believe you, but I didn't see Doug doing as well as they did. So I'll say Doug, and I have to think about the next one.
Well, I mean, I can go in 3A. I can talk about the Monroe Tornadoes. Like, I didn't expect them to have a 9-1 record. Their only loss was against the region champs, Trojans.
Westover or Monroe?
I mean, Westover. I'm sorry, Westover. You wouldn't expected that from them. Worth County with Linden. I mean, I know they had a controversial call with Thomasville for that win, and then they had the region pretty much wrapped up and went down to Fitzgerald, I think, and later Neg. You didn't expect Worth County to come on as strong as they did last year. I mean, Carver, I knew, but I don't think a lot of people was expecting them. And it wasn't the fact that they won, it's that they dominated. Like, let's be real. Carver in the playoff was probably the best playoff run I've seen in Georgia high school football. I don't think a team scored over 10 points on them. with them averaging about 35, 40 points. In the playoffs, that don't happen.
Yeah.
So that type of stuff was a lot of surprises as far as for me. I think in the upper classification, you kind of knew how it was going to play out. I didn't think North Oconee would be as strong as they was. We knew they had a couple of studs up there, and they've been kind of getting right to the point, but never over that nod. Eastside out of Covington was another one that had a surprise year. You didn't think they would be do as well as they did. So that's just for me, Danny, if that kind of answer your question.
I will say that I was surprised that Benedictine and even New Hampstead with that stud of a quarterback that they had, I thought that they would do better. I didn't expect New Hampstead to be world beaters, but I thought that they would do better than
I think Benedictine shocked everybody when the quarterback went down.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Now, I'm gonna throw a curveball at him on this one.
Okay, let's go.
Ola.
Oh.
Ola was a nice surprise for me. Hold on, let me rephrase that. Ola was a pleasant surprise for me coming out of Henry County.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the Henry County schools, everybody just knew it was going to be Stockbridge all day long.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was Ola. Ola played solid football all year.
Yeah, and weren't they? They were undefeated for a while, weren't they? Until they played Stockbridge, and then they ultimately won that game anyway because they had to forfeit. Yeah. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. So was anybody surprised with Stevenson or no?
No.
No, coming down from 4A like Stevenson did. That's if you listen to anything that I said about those classifications. That's why I said it wasn't a surprise for Carver coming down from 2A. It wasn't a surprise for Stevenson coming down. You know that they was going to do what they was going to do in 3A. Like I said, the only thing about Carver is how dominant they were. So you expected Stevenson to do exactly what they did, especially with 3A being the most watered down classification it is right now. You know, coming down from 4A, 5A, it should be like a kid in a candy store for those type of schools.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this, and I don't want to get into this Carver Columbus thing too much because I know we've been talking about it for a while. If Carver Columbus were in 3A, do you think, especially with the state of 3A, do you think Carver Columbus would have won 3A or they could have possibly won 3A?
Yeah, definitely could have possibly won it. I don't think it was hands down, but they definitely could have possibly won it. I mean, with the way they played, babe, again, I wouldn't be surprised if you can go up to at least 4 and 5A and say that they could have competed. Now, with that being said, we know Milton won, and that was expected. Milton played against Langston, and I don't think they would have beat Langston with Christopher C5 Langford at the quarterback. Mm-hmm. That kid was a stud, regardless of what anybody think. That kid was a straight stud. So 5A on down, I think Carver could have competed and possibly been in a run for a championship. That's how dominant that team was last year. Like, that's why nobody really held a candle to them in 2A. Like 3A, 4A, and possibly 5A, I think with the way that team dominated last year, they could have possibly competed in any one of those classifications for a championship.
I agree, because normally, you have, on the way to a championship, you might have one game maybe that's, you might not be scared to lose, but it's a little closer than you would have liked on your way to a championship. But like there was absolutely no comp. Really, I don't mean to say it like this, but they didn't really have any competition.
Okay, let's do it like this, babe. Again, not to just talk about my team, but the Peach County Calhoun game. Calhoun won the championship. Look at the game between Peach and Calhoun. You can say, oh man, that could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you can go down through even the Grayson, who looked real good against Carrollton, who Carrollton was a favorite to win 6A. Grayson had one of the tough games in the playoff.
Yeah, I agree.
Who? Hold on, you said they did or did not? You said they did or did not have a tough game in the playoff?
They did.
Against who? Against who?
Let me pull up that bracket. It was somebody. Hold on. Let me go to my notes.
Man, Grayson had a cakewalk.
Let me look at this. You looking at the bracket? In the meantime, Mr. Charles, how you doing, Brooks County? Let's see. What's going on, Nick Fletcher? Toombs County. He said back-to-back loading. Toombs County will win the state championship this year, according to Nick Fletcher. But I think Thomasville and Northeast and Worth County, they got something to say about that.
Let me chime in here. So Grayson played Pebblebrook the first round, Norcross, Collins Hills, and then they beat Carrot.
Did they didn't play 5 games?
1, 2, 3. I'm missing a game.
But either way, that Collins Hill game wasn't close.
No.
It wasn't competitive.
No. They beat Collins Hill 38-14. That's what I'm saying.
I asked the question, sir.
No, the closest game they had was when they played Douglas County, 35. They won that game 35-28.
That's my point. What I'm saying.
But that's the closest game they had the whole playoff.
They didn't play Douglas
County. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Grayson?
Mm-hmm.
No, Buford played Douglas County.
Yeah, I don't think Grayson played.
He said Collins Hill.
No, they played Collins Hill.
Okay.
They played Collins Hill and beat them.
So what game was 35-28?
The 35-28 game was Douglas County in the semifinal.
Okay, so this is my thing.
Wait, the semifinal was Collins Hill. From this bracket, what I'm looking at.
What you looking at, sir?
Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I put it in.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Thursday. I don't trust him sometimes. He be drinking.
What?
So Thursday, Douglas County played Mill Creek the first round by this bracket, and I'm hoping that
Mill Creek, Norcott, West Fulton, and then Grayson.
Right. Then they played West Forsyth. Then they
played
Grayson. Buford, and then they obviously,
So Douglas County didn't play. So if they lost to Buford and Douglas County played in the playoff?
Buford.
No. Buford was on opposite sides of the bracket.
They was on
Buford lost to Carrollton. Buford lost to Carrollton.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Just end this. My whole point is there was still not a team more dominant than Carver Columbus in the playoffs.
No, you're right.
What I was saying was there was not necessarily a fear that Grayson would lose that game, but it was a 1-score game. Carver left no doubt. I mean, they beat. I think that they had at least a 3 or 4 score lead on everybody they played in the playoffs, which is rare. And I think that was the main point.
That's the point.
Yes. So let's see. Oscar, be quiet now. Be quiet. Leave Danny alone. Danny gonna come find you, Oscar. And I'm gonna tell him to meet you at the Social Security office so you get your disability check, your crazy check. Marquise said that was nice for real. Auntie, we usually read people from the book of Genesis to Revelation quick. I'm not that bad now. I'm not that bad. Obadiah has a great question. He says, "Who's the new head coach for Pelham?" His name is golly. I'm tell you where it came from. He went to high school at Macon County. He left Hardaway, and he's now at Pelham. And his name is it Kinsey? Is it Kinsey? Hold on.
Mm,
But I know who it is. That's who he is. He came from Hardaway, in other words. And I think uh Pelham will be pleased with him. He's a good guy. Um Patrick says you didn't think Perry would win the region. You talking about last year? Is that what we talking about? No, we didn't think Perry would win the region because you
because
are
of what they
not
had lost.
you were because of what you had lost, and you all were in one of the toughest regions in the state, period, regardless of classification. You had Ware County, you had Benedictine, you had Warner Robins, and you had Perry. Well, let's see. Ware County lost their quarterback, and that blew up in their face. Benedictine lost their quarterback, that blew up in their face. You lost to Warner Robins. So, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you won the region and you proved everybody wrong. Kudos.
Ryan McKenzie.
Brian McKenzie. I knew it was Kenzie. Brian McKenzie is the head coach at Pelham. And shout out to my nephew Justin, who will be the wide receivers coach at Pelham, and he will be coaching for the middle school too. So best of luck to the Pelham Hornets. But yes, Pat, we didn't think Perry would win the region. Will you win the region this year?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. So prove us wrong again, Mr. Watkins. Prove us wrong again. Obadiah says y'all still scary Perry. What's going on, Al? Big Chris in the building. There was a guy from Chris County today that they had to do a pit maneuver on him. The sheriff went to hand him a warrant, and doggone if he didn't hop in his Ford Explorer and run up 75 North. Why would you do that? Just go to
My
Wilcox County
Lord.
or something. But he gets on 75 North. I think he got as far as the Dooley County, Houston County line, and
I
they messed him up.
I
It's on.
pray he okay because the way they flipped that Explorer over on that side there.
Oh, he's fine. They showed him coming out. Nobody got hurt. I
Okay.
mean, but yeah, if y'all check it out, y'all go to channel 13 WMAZ. Go to their page and y'all can check that out. Let's see. What's going on, Mr. Fielder? Welcome to the podcast. How did Jones kind of do last week in the 7-on-7? How you doing, Mr. Nicholson? Mary Persons is there. Obadiah said you pushing it, talking about 5A. Carver would have been eliminated in the second round if they were on TCC of the bracket.
Well, TCC fan will say that Obadiah, but again, that was a dominant team, and Carver is not a stranger to three and 4A. So again, like I said, with the way that talent was lined up on that Carver team, I wouldn't be surprised if they possibly could have competed in 5A also.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so they're arguing. I'm gonna let y'all have that. Y'all having good questions. What's going on, Antoine? Bear down. Hoko is here. Let's see.
What's up, bro? How AJ doing, man? Heard nothing about him. How the spring go in the summer workout? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Robert? How you doing today? Uh, welcome. So, guys, Dwayne says Brooks is winning the state this year. I can see
Great
that.
possibility.
I can see that. You should have won last year, but we ain't gonna go there.
Well, you
Right?
gonna end up at the state game with one loss. I can go on and tell you that. See
Y'all
you
So you
heard
soon.
stay with it. It won't be against the Thomasville Bulldog, will it, babe?
Exactly.
hmm
See you
and
soon.
then and y'all can travel together on the way up to the state championship because y'all going too. Ain't that right, sis?
Period. We slide.
um Somebody said anyone else see Locust Grove almost beat Milton at the Georgia Tech 7-on-7. That must have been last week because they were in Athens today.
Okay.
Why married person always? Why would married person, Mr. Nicholson? Why would they go all the way out to Mississippi State to a 7-on-7 when you got Auburn, Georgia State, Georgia, Florida State? I mean, everything
Georgia
that's a
State.
cartwheel away. Why?
Uh-huh.
Why would you go all the way out there?
Maybe that's a connection. Maybe it's like, okay, Mike, go ahead and explain why Cedar Grove went out to Texas, bothering them folk, and y'all went to TCU.
And why y'all ain't doing that no more?
Maybe it was an
Eh, eh,
exposure thing. Explain it to
Okay.
me.
Okay. Folks should understand one, we have relations with TCU.
Relationship, not
We
relations.
have we have relations with TCU, i.e. Coach Smith is our former head coach is on the coaching staff at TCU.
But when you say
Yep.
we have relations, that don't sound right. That's all I'm saying. But
I'm just saying that. But the thing is though, it was beneficial for the team to go out there. Yes, the team should have won that game. We ain't go out there and get blowed out now. We ain't gonna act like we did that.
y'all sure
But
did.
but that was part of the trip of going out to Texas was to go to TCU and meet the staff and give the players the opportunity to see the campus and everything. Basically, do a visit, unofficial visit.
So maybe that's what Mary Persons did when they went all the way to Mississippi and bypassed everything over here in the southeast. I mean, that makes sense to me. But you know. And how did y'all do in Mississippi? Like, let us know what's going on. Dwayne said Thomasville is on the clock. That's gonna be a good game.
Sure
Hmm.
is, and I actually think we have to go to them.
Oh, oh my. Um Lisa, I think it's nice to win the 7-on-7. So y'all won the overall bracket, Mr. Nicholson. Okay, well, congratulations to Mary Persons, way to represent Georgia. We appreciate that. Courtney Williams, welcome to the podcast. He said, "When I seen that y'all were alive, I know it's about that time." That's right. Uh, Obadiah said wants to know how the former head coach is doing at Georgia State.
I haven't talked to him in a couple of months, but I'm assuming he's doing good though.
Yeah, that was
As long as Coach McGee there, he there.
Yeah. What's going on, Mr. Shields? How you doing? Happy Juneteenth Eve to you too, sir. Marquise said, yes, Marquise, Mayor Persons did play the team from Canada. They came down to Forsyth, Georgia. And well, they stayed in Atlanta for a minute. I'm sure they enjoyed themselves immensely. And then they came on down to Forsyth to get the brakes beat off them. But I think they had to, get the game back. But we're not going there. Um, Ebony says Brooks comes to Thomasville, but it's gonna be a
Yeah.
hell of a game as always. If you've never been to that rival game, you're missing a good one. Is Thomasville, is that where y'all sit on the home team sits on the visitor side? Do y'all sit on the
um,
visitor?
yeah, but now because they're redoing the stadium, um, the what used to be the visitor side is now considered the home side, which is how it
Ah,
used to be like years ago. That's why it was still people sitting over there. But
ah,
yeah,
okay. So you can still gonna sit on the home side, or you gonna stay on the side you've been
um,
on?
I think I'm gonna stay where I've been at.
Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah, is this the first game of the season?
Yes.
Oh
When you
man.
talking about a trendsetter, because I mean, whoever win that game, you still got a whole season ahead of you. But like Miss Butt said, and sis no, the rivalry between Brooks and Thomasville, you talking about two historic programs in the state of Georgia. Wow. So whoever win that game gonna have momentum that's gonna ride them through the year. And then Thomasville win last year,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Brooks had a slow start.
Mm-hmm.
they had a tough
And
schedule too.
yeah, they had a brutal schedule. But I guarantee you, if Brooks win that game or had won that game last year, I think Brooks take off a little quicker than what they did because it just gives you that edge beating a team that you know is good, just as good as you. Probably cousins of cousins playing with each other and everything. So be looking forward to seeing how that game play out first game of the season.
Mm-hmm. Dwayne wants to know who's playing out of state this year.
It ain't Cedar Grove.
Is Creekside going out there bothering them folk again?
Let me see. It's not Cedar Grove. It's not Peach. It's not TCC. Oh, my bad. I said that out loud.
You
Hey, but here's
did.
the thing. Peach and CCC don't feel like you gotta go out of state to play. You remember all of that, bro? What's going on now?
You
Now,
gotta get off Highway
there you go.
84.
There you go, babe.
You got
Get
to
off how
expand your horizon. Get off Highway 84. Build your resume.
Mm-hmm. Because your resume right now is not respectful.
It's not respectable. Now you just won a state championship year before last, undefeated. But you got to build your resume.
Fifth top program in the state, goddamn.
Okay. What I will say is that before no, because yeah, y'all did it in 23 too, but 22 ahead, 22 and before when Cedar Grove would go out of state,
And play on ESPN.
they represent it. Now, starting at 23, they go wet the bed and they go down to Florida bothering folk, and then they go out to Texas bothering folks. But
What happened in 20? But what was the end result in 23?
oh, they went to Alabama and they went to Alabama bothering folk too.
Oh yeah,
What,
we did.
what was it? Oh, did you?
Man, our non-region games were just ugly in 23.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, they weren't. But
Mhm.
listen,
But we capped it off though as we should have.
the
We
point
capped the
is,
season off
so
as we should have.
okay. So do you think that? Okay, so you got Cedar Grove that went out and they played all these teams out of state, and they won the state championship. Then you have Thomas County Central, who you say only plays on 84, right?
Mhm.
But they went in one of the toughest regions, probably.
Not at that time. Not at that time. It wasn't.
Yes, it was a the year before last. You had because coffee was in the other one. You had
Uh huh.
Only new entrance was Coffee. You still
yeah,
had Hoko, who was pretty good. Northside was still considered an okay team at the time. Lee County, Thomas County, it was still one of the toughest regions, bro.
okay, yes,
Coffee added to that, yes, but that was still a tough region.
it was. And yeah, it
Hold
was. I
on.
know I ain't
Hold
crazy.
on. So that's all we. So that's all we're gonna talk about is region. It's the region schedule.
No,
We ain't
can I
gonna talk about
finish?
the non-region schedule.
Can I finish?
Cause that's
You
my
ain't gonna
issue. Right? That's
listen.
my issue.
But listen, this
Uh
is
huh.
my point. Let me finish.
Okay.
So y'all went out of state. Y'all had the out of y'all went out and y'all dominated. Y'all do whatever, and you won a state championship. That exact same year,
Uh
Thomas
huh.
County Central played their region, and they played according to you, a less than respectable out of region schedule. What happened that same year?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
What? With who?
Did they
I
or did
tell
they
you, they
not
won
win
a championship too.
did they not win the state championship?
Yeah, they won a state title that year.
So the point is why? If the goal if the ultimate goal, I know Cedar Grove's ultimate goal is to win a national championship, but you know, those pipe
Oh,
dreams,
there. Oh, you know what? You know what? Different standards for different strokes for different folks. That's what
different
it is.
social difference for. But yeah, but you're talking about them improving their resume and all that. But ultimately, y'all did the same thing. Y'all just took two different roads to get there, right?
Hey, no.
But no, y'all's ultimate goal was to win a national championship. My bad.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks. We was on a mission.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the defense. Yeah, the defense didn't show up until we got in the region play in 23.
Oh, that's what it was. Uh-huh. Okay, whatever, whatever. What's going on, Mr. Reiner, Toombs County, in the building? Courtney says Swainsboro versus ECI. Mark the date. Okay, so yeah, how is Swainsboro post DeMello Jones? I mean, we saw
You saw that last year.
I saw that last year, but I mean, I assume DeMello Law left. I don't think he was the only one that left. So they've got those kids have another year up under their belt. So I would like to know from Mr. Williams what he thinks Swainsboro is going to do this year. I'm interested in knowing. Um, let's see. And Mariperson's non-region schedule this year is Jackson at the pit and Butler at the pit. Okay. Butler out of Augusta. Man, listen, they just had a whole brawl over there today in Augusta. What's going on, Mr. Wimley? How you doing? Welcome. Coffee County is in the building. What's going on, Mr. Garrett? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Obadiah, why don't you he said, speaking of our non-region schedule, why don't you set up an interview with our head coach? So listen, we would love to interview any coach that that you all would like to hear from. So if you all have that connection and you would like us to interview your coach, we would be more than happy to do that. We'd love to talk to him. So y'all if you all give us your requests, and if we can reach out, or if y'all have the plug to kind of get us in there to make it easier, we'd be more than happy to do it. And more than likely coming up in July and August, right before they kind of really, really get into going back to school and doing those practices, we will definitely be willing to interview your coaches. Okay.
He but right before that he had a comment, and I'm assuming this is for Thursday, that said no region schedule is with people who would accept us, but you wouldn't know that if you never interviewed our head coach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that one. Forgive me. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Hmm. Okay.
Dwayne
Okay.
said, "Tell Peach coach to put it on the schedule." Put what on the schedule, Dwayne? Brooks County. You've been begging for a long time. We're gonna have to give you what you want eventually.
Funny, funny, funny.
You know, sometimes you ask for stuff, we have to give you what you ask for. We don't have a problem with that, sir. We might even be nice enough to drive down the equipment. We've done it before. We've done it before. Yeah, I remember that too, Mr. Fielder. So I know we were a little late, guys. Usually we put them out on Monday, but with Father's Day and stuff. But we have not Division 2. We have the 2A poll ready. We just put it out about an hour ago. I don't know if you all have checked it out, but we have it. Would you all like to discuss that now?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Some folks ain't gonna like this. Some folks gonna be mad.
Well, they can't cry blood, so they'll be fine.
You right. You right. You
It'll
right.
be what they say. It'll be all right when the swelling go down.
Yep. Sure will.
All right, Obadiah, we appreciate that. No problem. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm gonna put that on. So we have the Class 2A poll. What do y'all think? Agree? Disagree? What, y'all see a problem?
My Lord. Mm, yeah. It's gonna be
So at
some mad cookies.
so at 1, we have Carver Columbus, of course. Number 2, Rockmart. Number 3, Morgan County. Number 4, Burke County. Number 5, Pierce County. Number 6, Callaway. 7, Stevens County. 8, Carver Atlanta. Number 9. Number 9, Sumter County. All the way down at number 9, and way down at number 10, we have the former 12-2, now 0-10, Appling County. Honorable mention, Chris County, Thompson, and Cook County. So, what y'all got to say? What y'all got to say? Okay, so let's see what we got. All right. Obadiah said, okay, if you got an iPhone, turn your phone sideways. Ryan Wembley says, I really like this podcast because you all keep it real all season. I miss half the podcast due to Bible study. Well, we appreciate that. And honestly, the way these jokers need to be in Bible study with you, Mr. Wembley. I tell you that much.
Just pray for us.
Yes. And when I say these jokers, I'm talking about me.
Mainly you.
Yes, mainly me, because I'm not used to being a heathen. You're used to it, so I understand. Um, Matthew says Carver is going to run that class for a bit.
Great.
Lee says Pierce County is too far down. Obadiah says, how did y'all come up with the ranking?
Same way we can. Oh, no, I ain't gonna.
Say it.
Wait a minute, Obadiah. You just asked us that last week and we explained that to you.
Well, he want to hear it.
He said,
Barry,
"Tell me again."
what's going on, Barry? No, he's agreeing with you. He said you're too far down. You trying to say y'all supposed to be lower than 5, Barry? Lee's not crazy. He was agreeing with you.
There sure did show up, and so we got talking about old Scoop and Scope Pierce County, huh?
I'm talking about he slid right on in.
Who?
Hey there,
Yeah.
Barry.
Yeah, he did. He scuba score Pierce County. That's so funny. Ah, what's going on? What's going on, TA? He said, F your job, but I'll be there tomorrow. I know that's right. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it, brother. I'm glad you made it. But we thank the good Lord for your job. I know I do. He said, Al said, sleep on Big Chris. Hate us now, love us later. Nah, I think we rather hate you all
Kind
the
of
way
still
through.
gonna be hating later,
Yeah,
hating and
we gonna
laughing.
hate you all the way through, even if you win it all. We gonna
Yeah,
hate
with them. Yeah, we're gonna continue to hate on Chris
you.
on
But I will say,
Crispy Cookie County.
I do love your watermelon. I will say that. Them suckers
And
on.
they got some good chocolate chip cookies.
I'm about to say next time I'm on 300, I'm gonna have to stop and see what the cookies come out.
Well, me and Jess started to take a picture. I said, baby, let's turn around. We're going to take a picture in front of the rocket and put it on our page.
You didn't turn around, though. I said it was
I
up to
know. I
you.
went on to the farmer market, and by the time we got them watermelon, baby, it wasn't no sense of going by the rocket then.
Yeah.
Man, that
But
rocket
yeah,
ain't there.
where is it?
Man, that thing still in orbit from the last 2 seasons.
Man, but y'all will not believe. I mean, I guess y'all would. If y'all go to the back of that farmer's market, like the very, very back, the sheer volume of watermelons that are back there is just is I can't even explain it to you. There are so many back there. And so and really you could make some money if y'all decided to come over there and just like that lady from Effingham County did.
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
she had a pickup truck and it was packed full of nothing but watermelons, like to the point where she had to stop and make sure some of them didn't fall off the truck. Like it was filled to capacity. She had to put some of them in the front with her. But I'm just saying, wherever you are in Georgia, I'm just giving you a tip. If you want to make a little extra money, if y'all go over to Cordelia and they got enough. Y'all get some watermelons. Y'all take it back to wherever you from, and you sell them and say these came from the watermelon capital of the world. Man, listen, you get you can pay for you can pay for a vacation to the to Orlando or something. Let's see. Lee says Pierce County should be number 2. Dwayne says Brooks will beat Pierce County this year.
Mr. Nichols, Pierce at 2? I don't even think Barry would agree with that.
Well, this depending on what they lost. Dwayne says Brooks over Pierce this year. Well, possibly. Y'all got to go to Blackshear this time though, right? Interesting.
That's a hard place to play. That's a hard place to win. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's a hard place to win. I mean, I think Brooks County has the talent to do it, and they got an extra chip on their shoulders because they are of the mindset that they really won the game last year, but due to that controversial call, and they got an extra kick, and that helped Pierce to beat Brooks County. So they might have that chip on their shoulder, and they're still loaded. Pierce might be down a little bit, so I don't know. That's good. Matthew says interesting fact for the podcast: Jones County actually played Carver Columbus in the playoffs back in 2014 and beat them 14-13. Okay.
Can I get my interesting fact? Can I get my interesting fact?
Yes.
Hold on. 92 still on here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know
it. Okay. Interesting fact. City Grove played Carver in the regular season back in 1991 and beat them 20-12. Come on, man. Cut it out.
Okay.
Okay. Let's keep on moving.
Okay. So since we on it, Mike, you want to talk about that game in Mitchell County? You know, your breakout game. You want to talk about that one?
Oh, no. It wasn't a breakout game for us. It was a breakout game for our kicker.
right.
That kicker had made a field goal all year, but he made one that game.
The game winning one.
I thought you said you balled out in that game.
The only thing, nobody balled out in that except for the defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thirsty, did you get supplies tonight?
Did I get some who?
Supplies.
Yep. I'm in my supplies right now.
Speaking of supplies, TA says life tip number 12: do not drink Crown Apple straight before you eat. Thank me later.
Ain't nobody drinking that cough syrup. Shit tastes like straight medicine.
That's his drink of choice. I think that's all he drink. And all you drink, boy. He loves.
More power to you.
He loves apple crown.
So I had a nice time on my birthday Friday night. I was drinking some Jack Daniels.
Oh Lord, yes he was.
Lord, no, this
yes he was.
This just a whole liquor like wet toilet paper.
Hey, get
Oh,
what? Just got tired. I even hit sis up. I was just.
I'm like, what?
Let me go back.
It's
Let's
my
see.
dog birthday.
Let me go. Let's go. Let's see. What did he say? No. He said,
I don't
he
know
said
what I said. Either
he
one of you, I just saw
he
the
told me to
messages.
tell he told me to tell somebody it's my birthday and I want some birthday cake.
Yeah.
I said, have you been drinking? He said, Cooter Brown. I said, I ain't gonna tell you what I said. And then he said about he did something. I said, good night, sir. He said, wait a minute, I want to say something. I love you, man. I said, that's how I knew he was drunk. I said, love you too, birthday boy. Now put that looking down.
Man, shout out my sister, man. She took me out to the bar, man. Hustled me in some pool. Got me
Not
drunk,
me,
fed me.
his other sister.
Yeah, this is my blood sister, not man, one of my sisters on the podcast.
well, man, you know where you're supposed to be in, but I wasn't in town, so it's okay.
Let's see. Um, what's going on, Kaylin Taylor? Welcome. Oh, Mr. Taylor, the 1A rankings. We already did the 1A rankings. Would you all, Mike, if you be so inclined, would you be nice enough to show Mr. Taylor the 1A rankings? Do you want to do one or two? Thank you, Mr. Taylor. We appreciate you and we're glad you enjoy the podcast. Would you want to be nice enough to show the Division 1A for Mr. Taylor?
Oh,
And
that's
then we can answer this question from Mr. Wembley. Do you all think the season opener between Tucker and Valdosta is worth going to, or is it going to be a slaughter?
it ain't worth going to, but it's not gonna be a slaughter. Yeah, it's gonna be a slaughter. All right, it ain't worth going to.
Well, can somebody tell me what happened to Tucker? Because they used to be so dominant.
2 words. Cedar
Either
Grove.
make it easier for you. One word, Ellen Wood.
Whew, no comment. But I mean, never mind. I guess it doesn't matter. Y'all not that close.
Nope.
Stevenson
Nope.
is Stevenson
Nope.
close to Tucker. What?
Hold on, what we looking at? What? Hold on. Hey, what we looking at? Division 1 or Division 2 in
I
1A?
don't know, Mr. Taylor. Let me know which one you want to see. Do you want to see Division 1 or Division 2? Next week, guys, we'll have Division 3. We'll have not Division 3. We'll have 3A. Let's see. Raymond Sanders, what's going on, Coach? Stevenson is in the house. He says that Tucker was young last year and they should be better this year, and they played all sophomores. Okay. Lee says it's Division 1. He wants to see Division 1. Let's see. Valdosta 49, Tucker 7 is the prediction. Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It's not gonna be that bad. He just said they got juniors coming back. They got a year up under their belt. You think it's gonna be? You think it's gonna be
Okay,
like?
okay. Listen, Cedar Grove had no business bothering them folks in the court of care last year. Just like Tucker ain't got no business going down the Valdosta bothering them folks.
I mean, I don't care what Tucker got coming back a year or 2 under their belt and all added up to be 5. That also might be a little too much for them right now.
Okay.
Now, I know they lost the quarterback from last year, didn't they? But
Tucker.
the athlete, I think he went to Georgia, that Valdosta had at the quarterback last year. But they better be glad they ain't playing Lowndes. But that Jace Johnson down there at Lowndes County, man, we all better watch out, boy. He might be one of the top in the state.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good. Caitlin says, yeah, he went to Georgia. He's playing safety. Valdosta still has that running back, though. That's what Dwayne says. All right, Obadiah, we'll see you later. And I was going to shout it out, Obadiah. I don't know if you're already gone yet, but if not, let's congratulate Obadiah. He is the employee of the quarter at his place of employment. So y'all give Obadiah a shout out.
Good
They
job, Obadiah. I saw that. Good job.
Congratulations, Obadiah. And he, matter of fact, works at the Archibald Memorial Hospital in Thomasville.
all right.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And thank you for your dedication.
Congrats.
Um Matthew says, who do you all have winning Buford versus Milton?
Uh,
Milton. Milton.
duh.
Milton. All right, Mr. Taylor. There you go, Class A Division 1. He says Lyndon Worthy from Worth County will be an even bigger name after this season.
That you ain't said nothing that we ain't already mentioned on this show. That's why I say Thomasville and Worth County will be the most dangerous team in Single A Division 1 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just about to get up, but I think I'm gonna stick around.
What's going on, Ricky Moss? Welcome, Wildcat. Welcome, Wildcat, and Pelham Hornet. Welcome. Somebody had a question about Pelham earlier today. Kayla says that we're at 4. We're gonna make a statement this season. Okay, Worth County. Nick Fletcher, you hear that? They coming for you, friend. They are coming for you.
Don't worry about it, Nick. They got to go through us first. We got it.
Kayla says we coming for you back to back. Oh, okay. Al, are you really asking this panel that question? Who y'all like, Big Chris versus Peach? And y'all gotta come to Peach County. Come on,
Damn, we
friend.
gotta pick. We gotta pick somebody.
You don't have to do,
Exactly.
you don't have to do nothing but stay black, drunk, and die. That's all you got to do.
Well, let me go. Well, let me get back into my supplies.
Shout out to supplies.
Come on, man. Who you think will win? Yeah, well, Al, that's the question I posed to you. Who do you think is going to win? You tell us. I'm surprised you hadn't been to one of our practices because you know that's what you usually do. I see. I'm minding my business and I go and I see you posting pictures at Trojan Stadium. I'm like, what are you doing over there? So usually, you could tell us more about anything. So let me know who you think gonna win. Okay, so Lee says Peach. Peach's number 1 fan says Chris County. Matthew says Peach by 20. And Mr. Robert says go Trojans, Peach County. So he thinks they'll win. And Matthew says Jones County is coming for Ola. Okay. Kayla says we need that get back on Fitzgerald. Y'all had picked us to beat them in the playoffs. That running back, that number 6 from them is different, my lord. Y'all might be able to get your get back this year because
Somebody say, I saw the other day, somebody say Fitzgerald is loaded. Mr. Taylor, I'm gonna tell you this. Don't go over there and get caught up in no foolishness because it is very easy to do. Take it from me. I know.
And I
Oh my
don't.
baby.
that was Carver Columbus. That was not Fitzgerald.
Oh
Yeah,
my baby.
that was Carl Columbus. And she was talking to a Thomasville fan, baby. So if she gave
It wasn't even the ops.
so she
That's
could
the funny thing to me.
like
Now you
that.
know she was ABG. I'm talking about anybody can get it because we just looking around like, wait a minute,
What's
this
going
ain't even
on?
Columbus she fussing with.
She didn't even ask me to hold the baby. I just went and got him because he was chilling. He was fine. He's like, okay, this just another day. I'm good. My mama got me. I was like, let me go get this baby. He was chilling.
And look, and this year I got him ready to say go Bulldogs.
And there it is. Shout out to Trey.
This show is some good crime.
Lord have mercy. Helen said they came here to our land. Okay, so they came to Sylvester. Speaking of Fitzgerald, they play coffee in the fall scrimmage. They don't play a regular season game? I thought they were rivals. Interesting. What's going on, CJ Lane? Cook Hornet checking in. Um, are you excited about your season? Mr. Lane. We have you. I don't know if you saw the division two, but we have Cook County as an honorable mention. Am I right? Okay, so I expect to see Cook County in the top 10 before
Stop,
the season
stop
is over.
calling me classification divisions, right?
Hey, shut up. Okay, I will. Wizard.
Have you said my saying yet so I can let
I'm
it go?
not. I'm not. You said I will never talk to you again because you're gonna be trying to use it on me. The fuck gonna swear it's yours. But I'll go ahead and say it.
Okay, you better.
Anyway, Wizard. Yes, we talking about practice. What else we finna talk about? Kayla says our defense will complement the offense this year. Yeah. So does Thomasville have to go to Sylvester this year?
Give me 1 second.
And tell me what the date is.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um,
Ain't
see,
doing nothing yet.
Mr. Sanders, I knew you were smart. I like Peach too. Uh,
Yes, we go to Worth on October 3rd. Yeah, I remember saying that the other week because I told him to go ahead and call the police.
oh, we gonna be fine. Y'all will be just fine.
Yeah,
Y'all be
no.
just fine down there in Sylvester, Georgia. Um. Okay, so I'm excited to see what's going on in Class A Division One. Class. Oh no. Class Double A
Oh, you
is
want to see
Cook
double
County.
A now?
Yeah, you trying to be funny, but yeah, go and put it back up there because that's what we were talking about.
Nah, I was showing. Okay, let me see.
Mr. Where is the wizard? Um, he probably somewhere he don't have no business because if he was where he was supposed to be, he might would have never been able to be where he was last week. What's going on, Mr. Gilbert? Welcome to the podcast. Mr. Fielder said Coffee's going to mess around with Florida again this year. Are you talking about what's the name of that school they played last year? Y'all played them again? Uh, Mr. Wembley said, "Where have you been, Mr. Al? Mr. Hill, tell us where you've been. You've been there." Mr. Wembley says Fitzgerald is a scrimmage, but the players know each other, so they do play harder trying to beat each other. But I think it's going to be a little personal this year, considering one of our running backs went over there.
Something else.
Oh my!
He
I,
he
um,
low key snitching.
I think.
No, it was already out, baby.
Oh,
That was last week or a couple of weeks ago. It was all on the South Georgia page, and
As
had old boy
long
from Fitzgerald mad.
as long as it happened before August 1st, we good.
Pedro, I tell you, Mr. Robert, Pedro has a brutal schedule. When I say that, I mean he's probably in the bed right now. But we'll ask him. We'll see. We'll tell him y'all keep asking, and he might grace us with his presence. Okay, so Mr. Gilbert, you're a Rockmart Yellow Jacket. Okay, so tell us if you know what you expect out of Rockmart this year. Oh, you saying Gadsden County. So y'all playing three different Florida teams.
Mhm.
Y'all couldn't find nobody in Georgia. But hey, that's what Mike says it's all about, right?
what school is
Mm-mm.
that? Playing Gaston County?
Columbia, Florida, Gadsden County, Florida, and mainland Florida. Coffee County.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
They're gonna be in the next county over. When do y'all play Gaston County, Mr. Fielder?
Oh no, he's from Jones County. Somebody from Coffee County tell sis when y'all play Gaston County. Chris said I gotta get the
September 12th, but it's in
Texas.
coffee. September
Oh,
12th, but it's at coffee though.
oh, okay.
Chris Pace said I gotta get the Fitzgerald's new Waffle House before the rats take it over like they did at Zaxby's.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
pew, pew, pew. Shots fired. Shots fired. Oh, Al. Oh, of course Al has been to our practice. He said Peach County looks little. They're a little small, but they're bigger than they were. But if you think that's a problem, okay. That defense hitting, friend. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That defense is hitting. Kaylin Gregory Gilbert says he thinks that Rockmart will be the region champions and he expects to go deep in the playoffs, if not back to the state title game. Okay. Alvin says Peach Foster Milton 18-16 and pool play at UGA 7-on-7. Milton also beats Northside 30-12 and beats Hoko 32-19.
Can I ask y'all a question? Have y'all looked at Rockmart's schedule yet?
I have not looked at Rockmart's schedule yet. Would you like to show us Rockmart's schedule? Because I'm
I'm just
assuming you have.
I'm getting it
Because you
wrong.
asked.
I like their non-region schedule, but their region, but dude, the only team y'all playing in that region is North Carl Christian. Y'all should run the table.
So what you're saying is do you think that translates into a deep run in the playoffs?
Man. Nope. Hold on. We saying third round. Are we saying third round deep?
What round are you talking about? He said possibly the state title game.
Nah, I
He
doubt
said
that.
yes, he's looked at. He said yes, he's
Nah,
looked at
I,
the
I,
schedule.
I don't know. I don't see it getting past the third round based on your depend. Yeah, based on your bracket, I don't see you getting past the third round.
Okay, well, Mr. Gilbert, what y'all in that instance, what you have to do when he says stuff like that, you just gotta prove him wrong. Don't even get upset. Don't get offended. Just prove him wrong. It's very gratifying when he eats crow. I think a lot of people like Mike to eat crow, and he'll eat it.
Yeah,
Not as
yeah.
readily as Joe will eat it, but he'll eat it.
As long as I got some hot sauce, I'm good.
Yeah. He said, who aren't they getting past? On this, because I'm assuming if you pulled up Division 2, I meant 2A, sir.
Oh, you meant 2A. Oh, my bad. You said Division 2. See, you got to stop doing that.
You knew what I meant. Now,
Okay, Rockmart. I'm gonna be honest with you. Burke might get you.
you
That's
think
why I
so?
say that's why I say depending upon their bracket. Because I can't say who's gonna be in their bracket right now because I know they're gonna get a number one seed. I don't see them being a number one overall team, but I do see them getting a top 8 seed because
Mhm.
their region is weak as shit.
Oh, okay.
How you want to spin it?
So you think they get to the third round, but they don't make it past? You think they win the first two
Exactly.
games? They go 2-1, is what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. So I mean that's respectable. That's respectable. That's nicer than you have been in the past.
I mean they'll play Thanksgiving weekend if they playing that weekend because they were talking about taking that week off.
You know they pushed the playoffs start on the second week in November now, I think.
Hmm.
I think they start the 15th of November.
No, no, the first round is 15 November. Yeah, you're right, 15 November. That's the first round because the
Mhm.
regular season ended on the 8th of November. I guess they finally got smart and put some extra weeks in there for hurricane season.
I guess so. No, our last game is Halloween, but
So
yeah.
nice little
Let's
2 week
see.
break.
Kaylin says I can respect that. Lee says Pierce County and Carver Columbus will be in state championship. Man, you are really, really big on Pierce, Mr. Nicholson. I
He
hope they
said
don't let you down.
who? Pierce County and Carver, Columbia.
Hmm
Hmm.
I'm interested to see what Morgan County is going to do.
Mr. Jerrigan ain't playing no more. He ain't got no more eligibility left.
Who?
Mr. Jerrigan?
Oh, and for Pierce County. Well,
Yeah.
they said the same thing when DJ Bell left, and they came up with Mr. Jerrigan. And guess what? They probably
Yeah,
got somebody in the
yeah,
mix.
but when we look at it though, let's be honest with it. Pierce got tossed in what, the second round?
Oh,
Was it
they
the
were
second
playing
round?
Carver Columbus. Yeah, Carver Columbus. I think they beat Pierce first, and then they took Applin out the next week.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did. They took Athlon out the next week. But my
they
thing is,
slowly they slowly dismantled them both.
shit, slowly dismantled. Man, man, they still got bodies on the field. Both teams.
Mr. Gilbert says, but we already got beat by that team last year. I think Rockmart comes over the hump this year, and it's them and Pierce. Okay, so you're saying it's going to be a repeat of the 2023 state championship game, Mr. Gilbert, is what I'm hearing. Mr. Hill says Lee Nicholson is over for Pierce County. What's going on, Mr. Reddick? How you doing? You got a training camp coming up on the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. The last day to register is when? Let us know again. Mr. Ferguson says Thompson. Welcome, Mr. Ferguson. He said Thompson Bulldogs versus Carver Columbus for 2A this year.
In what?
Ooh.
And football.
Well, I
Man,
know if that were to come true, that'd be a lot of damn talking. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, they got you. What you saying? Thompson gonna come back? Because the only one that's here now is
Well, you remember
Marquis.
how they had their chest fluffed out last time.
Oh, man, came in like they were just, baby. Who are you and where you been? And we're talking like they been here the whole time. I had to call one lady out. I said, how you know what I do? You just got here a week ago.
man.
And she was like, oh, well, my bad. I can't keep up with all these groups. That's you just got caught in that lie. You got the wrong one, man.
Right, because it ain't but one of us, and Colt don't worry about the Pepsi.
And there it is. Mr. Dennis, welcome to the podcast. Blue and gold, blue and gold. I'm not gonna say
That's
I'm not.
oh, never mind.
I don't know who it is. It's a lot of blue and gold teams. I'm gonna keep kind of.
Oh, that's Thomas County
Uh,
Central.
oh, okay. Mr. Fielder said, "Who y'all got winning Jones County versus Veterans at Freedom Field?" Veterans. Um,
That was quick. But I ain't mad at you though.
I mean, I'm just saying, Veterans is gonna surprise a lot of people this year. Now, I don't. Would I get to the playoffs? Maybe. Maybe they'll get a number 4 seed over Hoko. But I don't know that. Now, yo seems to think that Veterans is gonna make the playoffs. I mean, not so much. Thompson said, Lee says Thompson in Burke County's region. I think they are.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are because they lost to Burke twice last year.
Uh-huh.
Region and playoffs.
Uh-huh. So that's gonna be a good game.
No, it
I
ain't.
why is not?
It ain't gonna be no good game. It ain't gonna be no good game. It ain't gonna be no good game. And
Why
I'm saying,
not?
and okay, here's my thing. When you look at Thompson, right? Thompson has been on a decline ever since they won their title in 22. Thompson will probably lose 5 games this year. So Burke County beat Thompson the first game, 47-35. Came back, beat them in the playoff, 49-42. Right?
Uh-huh.
Thompson defense is not going. Thompson defense is not going to improve that fast in one offseason.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Gilbert, Oscar has a question for you. You talking about Danny, Oscar. You sure I was asking a lot of questions. He says, Oscar says, I'm gonna be honest, 4 is very questionable. They lost too much. Their entire line is gone on both sides, and most of their skill players. Burke County. So what you're saying, you think Thompson is gonna y'all let my sister back in. Oh God, I forgot what I was gonna say. Let's see.
Turtle.
Yeah, I was acting like you with your smooth brain ace. Did y'all know that? My brother brain, my cousin brain a little smooth, but we
That's
love him
good.
anyway.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, ain't
No
many
wrinkles
ridges.
in that thing. It's just
Ain't
as
many
smooth as
ridges
it can
in
be.
that. Ain't many ridges in that one. That's what he was waiting on me to say.
So
So
from
now
now on, since you don't let the cat out of the bag, if y'all come up here talking that crazy stuff, I'm just calling you smooth brain.
no, you're supposed to say uncommon. Ain't that what you said?
Well, it was uncommon with your brain smooth. How about that?
Oscar says Thompson will beat Burke. Yes, I know what you're about to say. In what? No, I'm not gonna say that.
Shit. One of us will say it.
Matthew says he thinks Jones County will win 35 to 2, and Veterans 31.
And what?
Football.
Man, veterans gonna spank them, man.
Yo is big on veterans this year.
It's
And
not. It's just
when I say big, I don't mean that he thinks they're gonna be world beaters, but he thinks they're going to have a very respectful season and will make the playoffs over Hoko, depending on what they do before August 1st. But I'm gonna let that go.
I like the way you slid that in there.
Mr. Gilbert has a question for you, Oscar. He says, who do you think it's going to be? And Pierce might get beat, but I think Rockmart beats Burke County this year.
I don't think Burke County make it to the quarters and semis. I think they will be a second round exit.
So do you think Thompson gets further than Burke? You think Thompson wins that region?
Nah. Nothing I said led to me thinking Thompson gonna win that region. Burke still win the region, but Burke team would not be. I mean, let's be honest. It was a stretch for Burke to do what they did last year to make the state championship game. It won't be the same this year. They will go back to the Burke County old stellar regular season and first second round exit like they normally do.
Oscar said they lost their whole line and some skilled players.
Yeah, Burke won't. And Oscar, it's a way too early poll. We had to pay respects to him from last year. It's why I have him ranked so high. We have him ranked so high. But we'll see when the polls come out. We'll see where Burke at. It might not even be in the top 10. We don't know. We'll see once we get our data together.
Yeah. So the way too early poll and the preseason poll are two totally different.
Two different things.
Oscar says Kalen Rockmart will definitely beat Burke, but it don't matter who's on the other side. His Columbus Tigers are going to be in it for sure, and they're going to repeat. What's going on, Jamie? How are you doing? Did you actually go to Georgia Tech today to see Chris County, or you just kept up with it on the
And Yeah,
know what
Chris
I'm saying?
Cannon. How
And
did
let us
y'all
know how
do?
you do.
Yeah.
Let us know how y'all did. What's going on, Mr. Wesley? Welcome to the podcast. Okay, Jay, y'all heard that? Mike, you see that? He said Columbia will be good this year too.
Okay.
I won't take nothing away from 'em. I just think it's the region of Columbia in. Maybe next year with reclassification, if it helps Columbia. But they're in a dogfight of a region, so they ain't gonna really get the shine.
Who is in their region?
The region with those Callaway and them guys, ain't it? Callaway and
Morgan County.
Morgan County and them, if I'm not mistaken. And somebody can fact check me on that, but I think they in that region.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
I
Mr.
can,
Wimble, I want to ask if you had been drinking. He said veterans gonna drag Lee this year. I wonder
yeah.
if you had drunk something.
I can't fact check right now. I don't indulge into my supplies.
My
Okay,
lord.
James, he didn't make it up there, but how did y'all do? I know you kept up with it. Lee says he can't wait till next week, 3A. Okay.
Well, I know who ain't gonna be in the top 10.
Who?
City Grove.
What? Maybe not. Maybe you'll get an honorable mention.
She. I got to do the play Davis on that one. Now that quarterback play we got.
I know who else ain't gonna be in the top 10.
Who?
Mary, Mary, why you in?
He's not. He's so cruel. He really is. We do fair assessment. So
Yeah,
we'll
Mr. Gilbert
see.
said that region is right with that. That's what's gonna hurt Columbia. That region is a little tough for them. Like I said, reclassification, they might get put in a region that they'll be able to shine a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna be tough for them in that region.
So
Need 2 Chainz to go. No, who was it? 2 Chainz or Future?
future.
Future.
Yeah, we need Future going to build some duplexes on Columbia Drive.
Where on Columbia?
For real, where?
I'm going down the road and I'm looking.
What you gonna do? Tell some buyers down or something?
Nah, man, go and take some of that land away from Exchange Park.
No. When you cross over 20 and you come to that store right there on the right, and then that look like vacant lots and stuff right there on the right. Look like
Yeah,
it's
them old apartments over there. I
yeah,
forgot the
right
name of.
there.
I forgot the name of. I
Go
ain't know.
go get it right there.
Going to redo them. Okay.
Nah, they need to tear them down. Tear them down.
You saw Lee? He said, I bet you Mary Purse will be in the top 10 before too long.
Okay, I like that, Mr. Nicholson.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that.
I
And
bet you know my word is you, Mr. Nicholson. In what? Man,
listen,
y'all,
they're in the region with Sandy Creek and the Grange, right? So I'm
yeah,
be interested to see how they do.
and Upson Lee.
And
So,
I think Mary Person made the playoffs.
oh, of course,
So you saying
definitely.
you
If they wouldn't, I told you, if they wouldn't have had the forfeit last year, they made the playoffs. So I'm not taking anything away from Mary Person. You know, Troup County, Spalding County, they'll be back. Um, you got the teams over in Fayetteville. You got Whitewater and those guys who was kind of competitive. Um, you got Upson Lee. Like that region ain't nothing to shake a stick at. So Mary Person got to play. I know a lot of the kids that's on that team, but again, you lost a stud in Duke Watson. We've been telling y'all this throughout the podcast. When you lose that kind of kid, man, it's hard to just replace that and think that you're not gonna miss a beat. I love what Hoko is doing over there. I think Hoko would have a better team than a lot of people think they would have. But you lost a field general, a 4-year field general where everything revolved and worked around AJ Hill. You can't just go a year thinking that you can replace that and you're going to be okay. And that's where the slip up will come to where veterans will get the 4th seed in that region.
Okay. Not north side.
And what?
Lee said, yes, Duke Watson was a stud and is still a stud.
What? I love to watch him run.
Ryan. Okay. He like he likes he likes Salisbury State. He like Country State, you know.
No, hell he don't. He like an old porterhouse medium well at that.
He said if veterans makes the playoffs, I got a steak for you, yo, the size of your bike.
Hmm.
All right, Mr.
I'm a big bike, Mr. Wimble. I'm a big bike now.
That boy back as big as a doggone broomstick. Don't pay no attention to that little skinny dude. Vincent Curse, welcome. It's Sumter County right here. I figured they would have something to I don't know necessarily take issue with, but I said I know it's way too early, but Sumter will definitely make it deep into the playoffs this year and will give Carver Columbus a better game this year. The guys we have playing have been playing with each other since they were 7 and 8 years old. I knew from what I saw, like when we went over there, something kind of just they just didn't show up. So I knew that y'all were a better team than what was on display. But
and you can check our receipts. We knew what it looked like against Carver, but we also expected you all to make the playoff run and get a little deeper. That Morgan County and Sumter County game, I actually had Sumter County winning that game, and you almost pulled it off. So we don't think that you all will be bad this year. Hopefully y'all will show up like we thought you would last year.
Mm-hmm. Alvin says 3A is expecting Peach to take a tumble after losing DJ Hudson.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, Alvin. You're talking to a Peach kind of guy also. We're gonna be a step back.
Offensive.
And this ain't nothing against the kids. Shout out QB1 doing his thing. Nothing against him. Nothing against the receivers. Nothing against the running back. I even go for to say it ain't nothing against the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you had a stud of a kid in DJ Hudson, and you can't just replace that.
Yeah.
We gonna be now. Here's the thing: because of our region, because of the watered down classification of 3A, we still may be okay to have a shot at running for a championship, and the fact that we were so far ahead, averaging 45 points a game or something on the year, we won't be. You won't see that type of stuff going on with Peach County.
But you'll see an improved defense.
Oh yeah, you probably can see a 10-0 team, 9-1 at best. You know what I'm saying? But it just won't be the excitement that DJ Hudson brought last year.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's still early. It's still early. And I think Peach is gonna have a great season. Now, Chris, friend. He said Northside Eagles for the 4th seed, in my opinion.
All I'm saying is we all got till August 1st.
Not him. He can't do the baby. Them folks on 96 got security cameras. They got a magnifying glass on that man. He can't do nothing. Now they can do whatever they want, but he can't.
Oh shit! I'm talking about Peach City Grove. We got till August 1st.
Okay, whatever you say. Northside Eagles for the 4th seed, in my opinion. Northside is going to finish 6th.
Dead last.
They're going to either finish behind Hoko or they're going to finish behind Veterans.
And I'm gonna go on the record also and say y'all can hold this receipt also. Coach Daniel Boone Williams is a mad genius at what he got planned and what he doing at Northside. They might not do a BA thing this year, but you better be looking out for the Northside Eagles going forward after next year.
Because they don't have bad talent. They don't have bad.
That's a smart guy. He know what he's doing. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. So Jamie says Whitewater knocked Chris County out in round 2 of the 7-on-7. They scored with a few seconds left. We played McDonough first. We just have to keep on working. I think we will be better. I think you will too. Just by virtue of
I get what I said today.
what?
I said anybody taking a look at Fed over there, he can have got their offer when he leave Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm. He did say that today. LaGrange is coming to the pit this year. That's gonna be a good one. Alvin says that's a fair assessment on Peach. Mr. Tallard says, do not be shocked that Peach County can go all the way. I won't be shocked at all. I really won't. Mr. Wembley, and if not this year, definitely next year. Mr. Wembley says it is too early to say Ware versus Benedict for their region championship.
That's what we said last year, and y'all let Perry slip up in there.
They both lost their quarterbacks.
Yeah, but it happened. I think that's a tough region. You can add Warner Robins and Perry to the mix, and it can go either way. But yeah, if you ask me, I think y'all should be the top two teams in that region.
Mm-hmm. Not y'all. He's a coffee guy.
Agreed. You're right.
Lee says, I always say sleep on Peach and find out. Agreed. Mo, what's going on, Mo? Why you ain't on here with us? He said they will be good.
Hey, Mo.
Peach will definitely be good. They will, but you know, it's hard to replace a guy that can. DJ was just a heck of an athlete. Not saying that the quarterback that we have now, he's an excellent athlete too, but he's just coming into the role.
Thank you. Like next year, his senior year, we may be talking about him at what DJ Hudson did. You know what I'm saying? This is first year. We can't we're not gonna be Thompson and Coffee and Swainsboro and just feel like, oh, we got the next man up and he gonna be just as good as DJ. And maybe he will. But until he prove himself, then we're not looking at him like that. We know he gonna be good. We know that. So we'll see.
But basically we giving him grace. We're gonna give him grace because he's got to kind of step in and learn the system.
There you go.
Alvin says it's gonna be plenty of quote unquote movement before August 1st. You better believe it. People gonna be working their butts out these past 2 weeks, especially after these 7-on-7s. Mr. Robert says Northside will be 5-5. Maybe.
Okay.
At best. What's going on, Mr. Smith, Roscoe Smith Jr., Brooks County checking in. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Smith. Oh, you can't talk. Okay, Mo. I hope you feel better soon. Diaz Carter said this man throwing shots at Coffee. Who throwing shots at Coffee?
I'm drinking on some coffee.
You ain't drinking no coffee. You drink some Crown coffee.
It sounded good though.
It sound good on the piano. Who throwing shots at Coffee, Mr. Carter? I don't think anybody should throwing shots. But yeah. Didn't they say Ware has a quarterback now? Isn't that what Mr. McKelvin told us a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we we for the most part, Mr. Robert, you right. But
Can't say that no more. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. And you mind your business.
No, you can't.
He said, about the quarterback situation. You talking about Mike throwing shade at Coffee about the quarterback situation? Oh,
was he talking about me when I said about Coffee, DeMello, and those guys?
You know what?
Maybe it
doesn't even matter.
Oh yeah, okay, because y'all. When Fred Brown left, they were saying, we got somebody just as good
And let me go on the record and say, Wiggett
was
was just as good. He was. But the way Fred Brown dominated the game to win the championship, to get y'all to the state championship, you didn't have that going with Wiggett. Thompson had Trey to come right behind
Curry.
Trey couldn't do what Curry did.
Shout out to Trey. That's my nephew, and I ain't never met that boy a day in my life. He come up here and look me in the face, and I wouldn't know who he was.
But she was so riding because they were screaming Trey.
I was pulling for Trey.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, we know Wiggett was gonna be good. Trey gonna be good behind these type of guys. Whatever the Swainsboro had going on after DeMello Jones. That's what we were just saying about Peach County. We know that our quarterback situation will be good. Our QB1 would be good, but replacing what he had to replace in DJ Hudson, we're not just gonna sit here and act like we're not gonna miss a beat. That's the only thing I was saying about Coffee and those other schools.
He said he agrees. Smooth Brain. Jeremy said Coffee wasn't beating Milton. No way. Nobody.
Smooth Brain. What are you talking about?
He was talking basically. It was germane to the conversation because what he was saying was, when they were talking about how they weren't going to miss a beat and they were going to be just as good as the previous state championship. What Jeremy is saying is, even if they were as good, it wouldn't matter because they were not going to beat Milton anyway. Maybe if the classifications had stayed the same, Coffee would have been able to repeat, but because they were in the same division as Milton, it was a done dada regardless.
Langston Hughes was in that classification too. Now, I don't care how good Coffee was last year with Fred Brown. And again, I don't take nothing away from that kid. That kid was a dog. I don't take nothing away from Wiggett. That kid a dog. But Langston Hughes just had a kid that was just determined. And when nothing gonna stop Christian C5 Langford, even though he lost to Milton, if you go back and look at that game and look at how that kid fought like a dog with everything in him, you'll understand that it was gonna take Milton to stop Langston Hughes from winning that championship last year.
And that's what he's saying, yo. Like, that's what he's saying.
Baby. You just said if the classifications wouldn't have changed.
Perhaps.
Okay, so all I'm trying to say is I'm not going to say that because Langston Hughes was in 5A also. I don't think Coffee, that's why I said no matter how good Coffee was that year with Fred Brown, I don't think they would have beat this year Langston Hughes team. That's all I'm saying, babe.
Okay, so you
only school that I think was gonna beat Langston Hughes was the powerhouse Milton.
Yes, so it goes back to what he was saying in that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Roscoe says, "Yeah, it makes sense." Jay says, "What's going on? Hold on. What's going on, Wildcat? How you doing, Mr. Hunter, Thomasville Bulldog?" Jay says, "Coffee got to see Thomas County Central." Yep. Roscoe says, "Yeah, that makes sense, yo. Same with Brooks County when they lost Omari Arnold. That kid was special. Yes, he was. Shout out to Omari. He went to Georgia Southern, right? Is that where he went?
Yeah, I think he did. Maybe Brooks can let us know.
Let's see. Jay said, yeah, he played real tough against Thomas County Central. Glenn Reed Hodges, welcome, Coffee County. He said we didn't have good quarterback play. We got all the way to the Final Four without a quarterback. You did, Mr. Hodges, but let me say this too, Mr. Hodges. I remember the bracket last year, and we were saying that it was actually the fact that you were the number 3 seed was actually a blessing in disguise because you all had an easier path than the number 1 and the number 2 seed, which is
even the number 4.
Huh?
Even the
and
number 4.
and the number 4. I mean, it was a wonderfully favorable bracket, and y'all did that.
What you
Y'all
were
got to
supposed
the
to
final
do.
4. I mean, y'all were number 3 in the region, but you got further than anybody else in your region because that was a very favorable bracket. So I get it. I get what you're saying, but I just want to put that caveat out there. Y'all had a very favorable bracket. Mr. Wembley says if Milton was not in the region, Lee probably would have put another championship on their record. Possibly.
Yeah, I think Milton could have been one, but again, I think it's Langston Hughes championship.
Nobody was going to beat Milton in 2024 in 5A. Yeah, and now I will say Langston Hughes showed me something though. They went as much as they could. They went pound for pound for as long as they could. It was a heavyweight bout for about 3 quarters, 2.5 quarters. It was awesome, but they finally just kind of puckered out. Deshaun said, "Who, Omari? I don't remember him." Oh,
No,
Arnold went to Georgia Southern.
yeah, I don't know if he's talking. Maybe he thought we was talking about Fred Brown.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah, he went. He didn't stay. He said we still didn't have any quarterback play. Yeah, that's true.
Chris
That's true.
I'm just looking at Chris Pace.
Let's see. Hell, I would have been happy with another runner-up trophy. Okay. Let's see. Lee says, "Oh, Georgia Bulldogs are winning the championship this year, also." Okay. Dwayne says Langston Hughes beat the brakes off of Coffee.
Didn't they beat TCC one week, then beat Coffee the next?
Indeed. They did. Yeah, nobody was gonna beat Milton in Georgia, period.
I agree with that, Ricky Moss.
I agree.
I don't think nobody would have beat that team.
They had an embarrassment of riches on that. And the fact that they played them as long as they could, it was just an embarrassment of riches. It was like Jeff Bezos money versus
mine.
I was gonna now listen.
Mine.
I was gonna say a millionaire.
No, mine. That discrepancy was ridiculous. Out of 22 starters, if I'm not mistaken, 18 on was P5 offers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Milton University and Buford University. Yeah, Buford wouldn't have beat Milton. Did Buford and Milton? No, Buford and Carrollton played. Buford and Milton played.
Yes, Milton beat them 14-17, right?
Something like that.
17-14. Okay.
Yeah, it was something close like that. 14-10, it was something.
It was 14-10. I think it was at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Milton progressed, and Buford, they were kind of sketchy, but they were winning, but they were a little sketchy.
Yeah, because Buford ain't have no receivers.
You know what? You say that's you've always said that, Mike. So do they have receivers this year?
Nope.
13-10, 13-10, Ricky Moss say.
Okay, 13-10.
Yeah, the 14-13 game, I think that was Douglas County and Woodward or something, yeah.
So what was the Langston Hughes Douglas County game? We were in Cordelia when that game was going on.
Langston won. Langston lost.
Langston and Douglas County. That's that game. That's what that game was. Douglas County and Langston.
Yeah, Langston Hughes lost by 1, if I ain't mistaken.
Mm-hmm. And it was because they didn't. That last 2 minutes, they didn't have a 2-minute drill. You could tell.
Yeah. Well, we know that about, again, Coach Boone. Coach Boone is the type that he gonna stump you in the ground and be done with you, because if he got to make coaches calls in a tight game, i.e. going up against, at that time, arguably the best team in the state, and should have had them beat. but didn't have a field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that championship game a couple of years ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do. I
Yep.
do. I
Yep.
like
Having to
y'all.
go for two.
Yep.
I
So
like
if you look at what he do in tight games, he don't win those because of coaching decision. So that's why a majority of his games, he just gonna beat you on down and be through with it.
Yeah. Glenn says nobody was gonna beat that NFL team. That receiver looked like Megatron. Oh, you mentioned Megatron. He mentioned Megatron.
Hey, guess what? And he a Georgia Bulldog now. Let's go. Hey, Louis Ricky Moss said a couple of posts though.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, Megatron. Okay. What did he say? Oh, Milton could have beat NAIA and D3 college teams last year. You know what? You got a point. He said he think Mary Persons versus Sandy Creek for the region championship. You don't think LaGrange gonna have something to say about that, Mr. Nicholson? Just asking. I don't know. You could be right. I don't think that's far-fetched at all. But what I will say is LaGrange gonna have something to say about that. And I think they got a chip on their shoulder last year because it was controversial. With the Jefferson game, it was a little controversial. So I got it. So all right. So hopefully you don't think LaGrange is gonna have anything to say about it. Okay. Fair. That's fair enough. Fair enough. So before we wind this up, and 92 had to go. And I just gotta mention it because by next week it'll be done. But I'm just gonna put it out there. So CG92 said Oklahoma in 5. Yo said Indiana in 6. Both were wrong. So it's gonna either be Indiana in 6. Oklahoma in 6 or Indiana in 7. Really, really quick before we get off. Podcast land, who do you have? Do you have the Pacers? Do you have the Pacers in 7 or the Thunder in 6?
I really got to answer that question.
You don't have to. I said
Okay, Indiana and 7, just because they Eastern Conference.
Okay. I was asking the listeners. I know y'all two don't care, and I don't know where yo went. I wasn't really asking you all. Okay, Lee says OKC in 6. Okay, Dwayne says Halliburton is hurt. I think we're done. I thought it was a minor injury, and he was
Well, he got a strain cast.
Oh, okay. So okay. Robert says go Oklahoma. Okay, so the consensus is Oklahoma in 6. How's my birthday, Deshaun? Oh, thank you so much for asking. I worked. I didn't do anything. But that's okay, because I'll do a little celebrating tomorrow on Juneteenth. And next weekend, I'm going to see a man about a mule. Me and my friends are going to see some men about some mules. How about that? Next week. So yes, thank you for asking about my birthday. You know, the older you get, you celebrate the whole month. So yes, next week I will be celebrating. All right, Mr. Nicholson, happy birthday. One of my line sister's birthday is on the 29th. All right, one of my closest friends. So happy early birthday, and thank you, Dwayne. Yeah, I think OKC in 6 too, since Halliburton is not playing. Thanks, Lee. I appreciate it. Yo's birthday was on Friday the 13th. So yeah, he's gone, but that's that. So thanks guys for listening to us tonight. I will say next week, if we have any more 7-on-7s or anything, we'll talk about that. And we're gonna break down AAA next week. The way too early polls for that. And then, we'll be closer and closer and closer. I think we're not less than 60 days. Are we? Yeah, we are at this point. Are we less than 60 days from the start of the season? Yeah, because it's June the 18th, and the
Yeah,
thing starts August 15th. Oh, I'm
yeah.
excited. I'm excited. And we'll have some more information about July the 12th, the meet and greet in Middle Georgia. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Okay, we're gonna finalize some stuff, and I'm gonna tell y'all I must love y'all a lot because I have another engagement I could be on at on the 12th involving my family, but I made this commitment first, and I would love to see you all. So there's that on that. 58 days. All right, Chris. 58 days. Thanks, Alvin. We appreciate it. Cedar Grove, Mary Persons at the Pit. Round
All right.
1 this year. You heard that,
Well,
Mike?
y'all want us again? Okay. If you want another beat down, we'll give it to you because we're gonna have a quarterback next year.
Hey, you go do some willing and dealing in these next 6 weeks, huh?
I'm just saying.
Y'all,
I'm just
y'all got to
I'm
do
just
flex.
saying.
Y'all got to do flexes to handle the
Hey,
influx.
hey, 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 the U-Haul business is booming right now.
I'm so tickled. Okay, guys, and again, too, I put it out there again. If coming up, especially in July, whatever, we're gonna start doing some coaching interviews. So if there's some coaches that you want us to interview, please let us know. And if y'all have the plug, do that so we can kind of arrange it, and so you can hear from the coaches that you all want to hear from because we're here for you. So there's that. Okay, at least we're gonna hand y'all a beating this year. That's what he said.
Yeah, blah 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 blah. But
Anyway,
I like the confidence though.
I like your confidence. Whew, Lord have mercy. Okay, well, y'all got anything else, people?
Nah, man. I appreciate y'all joining in and listening to us, talking with us, interacting with us, just putting up with our foolishness this week.
Yeah,
Sure do appreciate it. And everybody have a safe and blessed June 10th weekend.
agreed. Y'all take care, and we'll talk at you later. And Mike, push the
Huh?
button.
Good night.